Hey, welcome to Married Life TV. I'm Chinde, and I'm a life and marriage coach. So I help couples discover and harness their relationship differences, their personality differences, so they can navigate through all marital challenges. And not just navigating through all marital challenges, in order for them to build a strong, happy, satisfying, and fulfilling relationship. Today, I will be talking about marriage KPI and how you can actually measure your marriage KPI so that things will be different, things will be better, and you can have more fulfilling relationship. As we all know, marriage is an interesting union, and it's a place whereby we discover ourselves even more, we become better, and in the process of improving, overall, our marriage is given a thumbs up. But as a husband and as a coach, I've realized that many of us are not actually painstakingly working on our relationship and being conscious about our relationship so that it will be better, more fulfilling, more satisfying, and more enjoyable. Because we're not supposed to endure marriage, we're supposed to enjoy marriage. So, but how can you make that enjoyable every single day? It's interesting if you understand what to do. Now, we know that KPI means key performance indicators. Now, key performance indicators are measurable value that companies, organizations, industries use to evaluate how they are achieving their specific business objectives and goals. It's very important for them to know if they are making progress, if they are being successful, if they are bringing a lot of value and customer satisfaction to their clients. And this is across the board. And also, even as employees of these organizations and industries and companies, there's what we call personal development plan. And they use that to measure how far you are performing in that organization. And sometimes, they also use that to measure if you're going to have some bonuses at the end of the financial year, depending on how the company performed overall. And we are conscious about that because we know that that's going to affect our rating, that's going to affect our bonus, and overall that's going to affect how well we are doing in our jobs or in our roles in these various companies and industries. You take that very seriously because the impact it's going to have on you. Now let's just take that key performance indicator into our marriage, into our relationship. We're humans, and as humans, we're not perfect, but we always want to improve things. We want to continuously learn and unlearn things in order to build a very strong and very fulfilling relationship with our spouses. So, if you think about your marriage right now, from a scale of 1 to 10, you ask yourself, how well am I doing in this area? Because for you to measure, you need to have a marriage goal around your relationship, maybe around your finances, around communication, around conflict resolution, and how you relate to one another. Look at your empathy, your support. Are you speaking your spouse's language every week? So if you know the areas that you need to work on, which is your target, it's like a pilot that are set off on a journey. The pilot needs to get to a different destination. Prior to setting off, the pilot needs to understand the destination that he or she is going to land. Imagine if there is no destination. It's just going to drift, it's going to meander, And probably the pilot supposed to be going to Australia, maybe set off from London, but because the pilot have no clue of where he or she is going, the plane will end up being in a place that is undesirable. And could you imagine what's going to happen to all those on board? They're going to be very upset because they've just arrived in the place where they never intended. Marriage is the same thing. We need to navigate our marriages to the place where we want it to be. And in navigating to the place where we want it to be, there are certain things we need to measure, evaluate, check, so that we don't allow complacency, we don't allow indifference and laziness and carefree attitude to come into our relationship and begin to wreck things. Your relationship right now might be okay, or your relationship might be good in some areas, but you know that there are other areas that you can improve. There are other areas you can be better. So the most important thing you need to do is to check, ideally every week, so that things can improve, things can be better. And this could be when you have candid, intimate conversation with your spouse. And each person weigh and check how far they are making progress in the areas that they want to improve in the marriage. We're very busy people. And because we're very busy, a lot of things can cloud our time, cloud our mind in the desire to get this and get that, pursuing that ambition, pursuing that target. Outside our marriages, sometimes we can become so lazy and indifferent. And as a coach, I've seen couples that were doing something great from the beginning, but suddenly they relapsed. And the good things they were doing, they became inconsistent in those areas, and that started affecting other areas of their marriage. And before you realize, things have really gone very, very bad. Now, you may be watching me right now, and you may be wondering, what can I do? How can I measure? First, you need to have a clear goal or goals of where you need to be and things you need to improve. And then how do you measure that? Number two, you see, if you look at this video down in the description, I've put a link where you can download Marriage Performance Review Checklist. So there are a bunch of questions which you can ask yourselves every single week, ideally by the end of the week before you start a new week. And you ask your spouse, in communication, how far was I this week? How did I relate? How did I talk? How did I speak? Was I empathic? Did I help? Did I support you? Did I try to bring the best out of you? Did I go the extra mile to show you that I really love and care about you? Did I show emotional support? Did I respect you? You know, you begin to look into those areas in your relationship and see what you can do to bring the best out of yourself. You know, it's very good for us to get feedback from our spouses. The challenge is most of us don't even want to even have that conversation or feedback. And sometimes most couples or spouses, they don't like somebody telling them, look, this is the area you need to work on based on A, B, C, D. So this marriage performance review questions and checklist, if you do that every single week, it will go a long way to improve and strengthen your relationship and open up a lot of doors. Now, I want to be very cautious here. It's important whoever is given the feedback to be very empathic and do it with love and care. Don't use, vengeance and criticism and condemnation to make the other spouse feel like this. Come with an attitude of love. Come with an attitude that you really want to help. And also the spouse taking the criticism or taking the feedback, you need to take it with a heart of love and appreciation because your spouse wants the best for you and from you. So both parties need to be very honest and open, and don't allow some things that are said to begin to make you become so aggravated, become so restless, to the extent that you start taking this thing in a different angle or dimension. The purpose is to improve. The purpose is to be better. The purpose is to bring to your attention the areas in your marriage, areas in your life that you need to work on in order for you to make your marriage a strong and gracious place for both of you to enjoy one another. So this is just a short video that I've put together because I know that if you do this, it will definitely improve and help you to keep your marriage on a better perspective. I use this personally in my relationship, and I know that it has really helped us to improve in so many areas and to be better. And as a marriage coach, I believe that anyone that takes their marriage seriously, put in the effort and the time, and look for areas to improve, things will begin to change. And they begin to build a strong and very emotionally attached and connected relationship that they always desired. I would like you to subscribe to this channel so that anytime I release my video, put your notification on so that you know when more videos are released. As you can see, I've been in a conference for the past few days in LA. I'll be going back very soon, but I just felt that it's important I just do this video because regardless of whether I'm in the conference or not, I still need to deliver the video every week in order to support you as you also support us as we build this community of married life management together. So I'm wishing you all the best in your relationship. Don't forget to go down to the description and click the link there and download the marriage performance review so that it will begin to work in your marriage, begin to look at the KPIs in your marriage, begin to measure things in your marriage, and so that things will even be better and stronger. Because this is for all stages in your marriage. Whether you're a marriage veteran, whether you're newly married, whether you're just coming back from honeymoon, you need to always look at ways to improve your relationship. Thank you so much for listening.